Good morning, folks. Welcome to my corner of YouTube. This is my channel, Divine Hippie 2222. My name is Stephanie, and this morning, for our focus card of the day video, the Knight of Cups was pulled. So the message that God and the universe have for us through this card. A message is coming to us today from Spirit, so pay attention to the synchronicities all around us. We may be receiving a message from an individual as well. If we are seeking to further develop psychic abilities, then this card is a fantastic omen, because it's a strong indicator that we have the natural gifts that we seek, meaning our Creator gifted us with these abilities at birth. So we are being taught to develop these abilities. And I'm getting the reason for natural gifts that we seek is for confidence. Subconscious as well as conscious confidence in our abilities. So, the oracle card that came out today, Tai Chi Rising. Our energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through our being. Take time to nourish our nervous system as it adjusts, and be gentle with ourselves as we adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to our words, actions, and thoughts. So with this card always tells me to take it easy today, folks. Take it easy. Easy on our bodies, easy on our minds, easy on the words that we select to verbalize. We're growing, we're maturing, we're developing. And today is a day of nourishing ourselves. Today is a day of self-care. So pay attention to the synchronicities and the signs that are all around us. With this card, both figures are looking up. So I'm also getting look up today. Especially during the times that we're grateful and we're sharing our gratitude and our appreciation, when we're honoring and acknowledging our Creator as well as ourselves, as well as anyone else in our environment. Anyone else in our environment. Angel cards that came out today: birth, forgiveness, and purification. So again, that's another indicator of self-care for me, folks, for nourishing ourselves. So we are receiving messages today, folks. We're receiving messages from individuals, as well as from our Creator, from God, my path, and they're communicating to us through the signs, through the synchronicities, through the things we hear, the things we see. So be mindful Be mindful of our words, our actions, and our thoughts. Our energy field is growing stronger. So we are, again, growing, developing, leveling up, ascending, or in a prep. Folks, I'll finish that statement in just a moment. I just had this major thought. How many times have we leveled up in the last 6 months? I want to say at least 10 times. I'm guessing that's not an accurate number. Holy cow. We have just been growing and growing and growing and growing. Think about it like children. When they grow, when their bones grow, right? That's major growth. We have been going through some major, phenomenal, major growth. Take time to nourish our nervous system. Take time to nourish ourselves. And because we are in the process of adjusting from that growth period. That's what I'm getting. Today is a day of adjusting from our growth. And since we are in this interim of adjustment, be mindful of our words, our thoughts, words that we verbalize, thoughts, words that we think, and our actions. The reason I say that is because our mindset is still on our past level of adjustment. So we are going to be experiencing scenarios where that will aid and assist our mindset in shifting to this higher level of understanding, of comprehension. So our bodies, no, our spirit our energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through our beings. So mind, body, and spirit. Our spirit has elevated. Our spiritual understanding, the spiritual aspect of our balance has taken a level up, has advanced. So today is our mind and our body catching up with our spiritual progress to maintain this balance, to maintain this internal balance that we have achieved. Creation. The last time that card came out, I'm pausing. I'm being more mindful of my words. So we're being renewed. We're being recreated. We may be receiving a delivery. So take a spiritual bath today, folks. Spend some time nourishing ourselves, Water cleanses and purifies. So our spirit, our spiritual aspect has already leveled up. Our body and our mind are today catching up, so to speak. So be mindful of the words, the thoughts, the things we do, and utilize the power of forgiveness. We are learning, we're growing. So if we find ourselves in a position where, because our mind and our body are catching up to our spiritual progress, if we find ourselves in a position where we have said something because our mind, our comprehension, our understanding is in the interim of shifting and advancing, I ask you for your forgiveness. I forgive you. Stephanie, I ask you for your forgiveness. Stephanie, I forgive you. We are perfectly imperfect. 11:23, we are perfectly imperfect. We are learning. We are growing. So spend some time in the bath today, folks. It's okay. We learn from these scenarios. It's kind of like that's how God is saying, hey, remember what I said? We're shifting. So these experiences, these opportunities will be providing us insight and reminders. Oh, you know what? I should be more careful with my words. I should be more careful with my thoughts. Have phone calls today instead of text messages, so tone of voice can be comprehended and understood. If we do utilize electronic communication, meaning social media, text, emails, things of that nature, read our responses, to sit on the response for a little bit and read them over and over again before we hit send. Avoid being hasty. Our words, our actions, and our thoughts are more impactful. They have more impact behind them than we have completely understood in this present moment. And any opportunity where we may ask someone for forgiveness or we may forgive someone else is a lesson, is an opportunity to remind ourselves that our mind and our body are catching up with our spiritual progress. So gratitude, folks. High vibrational energy, misting and spreading. Gratitude. Sharing gratitude with our Creator, with God, with Jesus, with the Holy Spirit. My path will aid and assist, will nourish, will remind us about the power behind our words, the power behind our thoughts, the power behind our actions. And in the beginning, because we are perfectly imperfect, we may not comprehend the power behind all of this in the beginning. That's okay. Learning process, perfectly imperfect. I ask you for your forgiveness. I forgive you. Meaning myself, right? I am of the impression we ask for forgiveness. We offer forgiveness when it is requested from us. So what I mean by that is, in this video, I'm sitting here verbalizing, I ask you for your forgiveness and I forgive you. What I mean is, in the process of actually asking an individual for forgiveness, we verbalize, I ask you for your forgiveness. We avoid verbalizing or following it up with, I forgive you. I forgive you is a response to being asked for forgiveness. However, in my head, when I'm doing all of this myself, I forgive myself, which is why I verbalize afterwards, I forgive you. Because it's me forgiving myself for this learning process, going through this learning process. We go through these lessons to find the best choices. Sometimes we get it right on the first try, folks. Yay, pat ourselves on the back. Sometimes we learn, okay, maybe I should avoid using those words or using that combination of words. I ask you for your forgiveness as I'm going through this learning process. Being mindful, open-minded. We learn, so when others learn, having compassion and sympathy and comprehension, that when we go through learning phases, we have been provided compassion and sympathy and understanding. So it's also a beautiful thing to be mindful and present and aware that others are leveling up and going through these lessons. And if we ask for open-mindedness when we experience these lessons, then we offer and we provide open-mindedness when others experience lessons. So forgiveness is so beautiful, folks. It's going to be the creation of something beautiful. There's a gift. There's a gift coming today, folks. We may be receiving a delivery as well. These cards, it's funny how they resonate for me in many different ways. So messages are coming, okay? Messages are coming from individuals as well as from Spirit, from Source, from Mother Earth, from the universe, from God, from our Creator. Messages are coming through many avenues because our guides speak. I can only speak for myself. My guides speak to me through other individuals. So messages are coming. Nourish ourselves, folks. Take it easy today. Be mindful of our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Our spiritual progress has leveled up. And today, our mind and our body, because mind, body, spirit. So the balance of all three, our mind and our body are catching up to our spiritual progress. So be mindful of the words that we use. In being mindful, if someone texts us or emails us, if we're able to, call them to respond instead of texting or emailing. And if we're unable to, then that's okay. So the reason I say call is so that tone of voice can be heard. So that the how we verbalize our words, where we put the stresses in our words can be comprehended and heard and understood. That's open for interpretation via email, via printed word, however that resonates, whether it's text, email, social media, however that resonates. So phone calls are preferable. Substitutions are acceptable. If we are unable to make phone calls, read, pause on our responses, and read them several times before we send them. We are going through these learning processes, and it's okay if we learn. That's beautiful. That shows growth. That shows maturity. It shows reflection. It shows being present and mindful. You know what? I sent this, and that's not how I intended it to be. And I see how it can be interpreted in a manner outside of my intentions. I ask you for your forgiveness. See? We're learning. We're growing. Our physical and our taking care of our body, our mental and our physical aspects are catching up to our spiritual progress. So in taking care of ourselves, take a bath. And I'm just talking about a bath because that puts us in a place of rest. We are in the bathtub where we are literally stationary in the bathtub, resting, relaxing, self-care. Taking a bath is a form of self-care. So messages are coming. Be mindful of our words, our actions, and our thoughts. Nourish ourselves today, folks. How we do that? Self-care. Take a bath. Through this process of our mind and our body, 2341, of our mind and our body catching up to our spiritual progress through our lessons today, we're being reminded of the power of forgiveness. And it's going to be creating beautiful, amazing, joyful things for us today, folks. We may actually receive a delivery as well. So, all right, folks, this is beautiful. Take care of ourselves. Be mindful of our thoughts and our words and our actions. We are extremely talented. Psychic development will be developing and occurring in leaps and bounds today. Leaps and bounds. We are naturally talented with these gifts. God is turning up the knob. And God has already turned up the knob and is turning up more knobs, which is another reason. It's good for us to take it easy today, folks. Okay? be good to ourselves. We're beautiful. We're marvelous. We're amazing. We're top notch. We are here for a reason. And I am the one that needs to hear myself say, care for myself. Because I want to achieve, go, produce. God is telling me today, I need you to relax. That's what's being asked of us today, folks. Rest and relaxation. All right. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.